And there we go. Now we're in the game. Just waiting for all the loaders, and we'll be starting the draft very soon. And I think my co-caster is joining me again.
Oh man, you started without me?
Yeah, I went ahead. That was a meanie.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready to cast.
Very cool. Just waiting for Hulk. And
Yeah,
here we
and
go.
Hulk is done.
We're gonna
So now
go
we
into the
begin.
drafting. Yes. So any predictions?
Um, well, it's hard to beat the Hulk, man.
True that. True that. Nature's Prophet
Even
coming
though
out
they
as the
do
first
have
ban.
Captain Galactic.
Hmm. Captain Galactic sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
And Darkseer
And
banned again. That's the third time in 3 games.
yeah, I'm not sure about banning Darkseer in the first stage. Because I think there are heroes that are more important to ban,
Yeah, I
honestly.
agree. I agree. Definitely. We also see
Well,
Life Stealer again.
yes, Life Dealer, horrible hero to play against.
Yeah, I agree.
Just the rage together with a fast armlet is just extremely painful.
Definitely. I am
A
very.
weird sound is coming from somewhere. Sorry, I think my neighbors were drilling or something.
Oh, okay.
And Batrider. Batrider, not as usual of a ban anymore, considering the pretty big nerfs he received in 6.79.
Yeah, I agree. He's really way more dependent on the oil now than he was before, I'd say.
Yes, he got his base damage nerfed, and on top of that, his lasso cast range and his vision were both decreased. So he's
Yes.
not that popular anymore, actually.
Yeah.
Several games where he's not either picked or banned.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be really interesting to see Elder Titan this game because that natural order is can
Yes.
really make or break a game. It depends on what Team Troll decides to pick up, but it's a really powerful passive.
Yeah, and we see Lich again, a incredibly powerful hero. We saw him yesterday,
Yeah,
and he just stomped the offlane.
yeah. As you said, the power of the new sacrifice really brought his levels
Yes.
up. He could really contest.
Yeah, getting the XP from the denied creeps.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty
as
powerful.
as we mentioned before as well, he can be run as both an offlaner and a support. Personally, I prefer support, but both of them work.
Yeah, and he really showed that with the way he was playing yesterday. It was really working out with the offlane for them.
Yes. Yeah, indeed. He made a really nice camp block, and the other team just couldn't pull, and then they weren't able to kill him because he played defensive, and he just kept getting the XP he needed, and
Yeah,
the other team didn't.
yeah. We also see Enchantress and Vengeful Spirit. Enchantress, I don't see her that often though, but I
No,
suppose we'll see her as a jungler.
yes, indeed, we will see her as a jungler. When it comes to junglers, she's not really the most popular. People usually prefer either Enigma or Chen,
Yeah,
but she is really strong. That impetus, really strong. Vengeful Spirit. We can actually see both of these teams having their supports already, but at the same
yeah,
time, both Elder Titan and Lich can be played both as support and other roles. So we can't really say that for certain yet.
yeah. It's not that unlikely that they will put Elder Titan as the offlaner. He still has
No,
that
even
Astral
mid.
Spirit, which is really good. Yeah, of course, mid as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And the bans coming out from TT is kind of strange to me. Both of these heroes, Death Prophet as well as Warlock. Death Prophet did receive a buff, but still she's not popular at all. I'm not familiar with the Fragsock, of course, so I can't really say if they usually pick her, but she's not commonly picked at all. And Warlock, just as we saw in the game yesterday, his nerf hit him really hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I think it's a bigger nerf than people initially think. I think people might underestimate that damage.
Yeah, the I'm not sure how high the damage were, but just the damage it does when the golem hits down it has a huge impact. And OD being banned from the other team, that is a very common ban. No one wants
Yeah.
to face OD in the mid lane.
Also, Weaver being banned out. So, Fragstock banning out mostly mid and offlane heroes right now. Or most
Yeah.
commonly we see them in the offlane or the mid lane, I'd say.
Yeah, Weaver can pretty much be run in any lane, so
Yeah,
it's really difficult to pinpoint where he would go.
definitely. I agree with
Um,
that.
I can read in the chat someone says there's echo.
Is there echo? That's not too good. I will check if we can solve that, because that's not a good thing. I'll lower my own
It's,
volume a bit and we'll see. I'm not using speakers, but my
do you have
headphones
the
are.
have the chat up?
Yeah, I have the chat up.
Yeah, so you know what it says, alright. Then I don't have to repeat it. And Nag coming out, so Elder Titan will indeed not be played as a support.
Yeah, now we have a Naga as well, so that's a huge support pickup.
Yeah, Naga being one of the strongest supports, as we have mentioned before. Really, really strong support with the net and the setup from her ultimate.
Yeah,
Extremely strong. So Naga and Enchantress will be the supports, and Elder Titan will be sent either mid or offlane. I'm not sure which. We'll have to see.
yeah.
And I'm still not sure what they're gonna do with this Lich Team TT. We'll have to see what they pick. Taking some time to think about it.
Yeah, I think Fragtech now has really.
Skeleton King comes
Oh,
out.
that's interesting.
That's very interesting. Usually seen as a carry, though I have heard some people theory crafting about running Skeleton King as a support,
Yeah, me
just
too,
for
me
the
too.
stun and they changed the aura in
Yeah,
6.79, so it affects ranged as well.
yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I heard it mentioned on some stream. I think it was Sing Sing stream maybe, where someone said that it was a terrible idea. Some pro, so
Yeah,
we'll just have
I
to see
get
what
that
they do
too.
with. I would expect carry Skeleton King, but the big problem with him that he's easily kited. Even with the one
Yeah,
stun he does have, he's still very easy to kite.
yeah, I agree with that. I think also that the problem with the support Skeleton King is that his Mortal Strike doesn't really scale well at all. With for
Yeah,
support, it is a carry ability.
yeah, it's a crit, and oh my god, not PL again. Why
So
are you
we see
doing this to us?
most likely the safe lane farming PL then, I'd say.
Yeah, indeed. PL is pretty much only run in the safe lane.
Yeah,
And going back to Skeleton King, they removed the Mortal Strike again since he had become too difficult to play with the two active abilities. So
yeah,
it's just a crit again now.
yeah. And I
Uh,
kind of liked the Mortal Strike. It
yeah,
was kind of a fun twist on the spell, I'd say.
yeah, but it was too difficult. You have two spells to use on the same hero.
No, that's terrible. Terrible idea.
Yeah, it's terribly difficult.
Yeah,
I mean, you need to practice a lot to be able to handle that.
yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
why
the
we only see
PL,
Naga in the pro games. Too many
yeah.
abilities. Too many abilities.
Uh, Phantom Lancer, as we saw yesterday, where he completely stomped, getting a 16-minute radiance
Yeah,
after getting a 5-minute Midas.
yeah,
So we'll see if they can if they're able to shut him down a bit more this game.
yeah. I think we've seen 2 games in a row now that we've had the carry spiraling out of control and totally dominating the game from the mid game.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. Now we have
Yeah,
a
and
bounty hunter picked up.
I absolutely love this bounty hunter pickup against the jungling enchantress,
Definitely.
which and it also shows that Lich will indeed be played as a support, which I prefer as well. But since the changes to XP being shared to all people in XP range from neutral creeps, bounty hunter can both stay in the lane, and if he gets chased out of the lane, he can just roam the jungle, following the enchantress and just leeching XP from her.
Yeah, I think it's a good pickup. We talked about it yesterday as well, but then he got banned out, which was a really good ban, I'd say. And
Yes.
it will be interesting to see how that comes into play now. Now, Co-op
Yeah.
and Slard are being banned out by the both teams.
Yeah, co-op is not very unusual. They know that the TT team just needs a mid hero right now. The Slaughter are more unusual. It can be used to counter the PL, making him unable to go invis,
Yeah,
as well as making him take more damage. But uh, I'm still not okay. No, it was the wrong team there.
yeah, okay.
It can be used against the bounty hunter.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I'm trying to say. However, they already have a PL, and I'm not sure how they would lane that. So I don't think they would have picked Slardar
No,
at
I,
all.
I, I agree. I think
It's
Slaughter
a
would be
bit
the wrong pickup here.
yeah, it's a bit of strange of a ban.
A
And they go
Mirana
Mirana.
pickup. So they might. Do you think we'll see the Mirana offlane and the Elder Titan going mid?
Well, that's the interesting thing. The thing I like about this lineup a lot, it's unpredictable.
Yeah,
Both Elder Titan and Mirana can be run both mid and offlane. So the TT just can they won't have any idea until the laning phase starts.
I agree.
And I like that. I like that a lot. And
Yeah,
now,
it might be. It might put some a seed of doubt in the minds of TT.
yes. And it also makes it difficult. TT has to pick, and they go Medusa. All
Oh,
right,
that's.
I'm thoroughly confused. Are they gonna send Medusa mid, or are they gonna? I'm really uncertain about how they're gonna lane this now.
I'm
So okay,
actually.
both teams are unpredictable. I can say that right now. I have no clue at all how they're gonna lane this.
I agree. But let's present the teams. So, on the Radiant side, for Team Troll, we have here 142 playing the Bounty Hunter, Jack playing the Vengeful Spirit, Peteri playing Skeleton King, Hulk as the Medusa, and Akaz000 as the Lich.
Indeed, and their opponents on the Dire side, we have Soul Trader playing the Naga Siren, Exilian taking up the Elder Titan. On Enchantress, we have Captain Galactic. We have Big Daddy Sven on the Phantom Lancer, and Dr. Ouroboros on the Mirana.
Now we're seeing the Bounty Hunter offlane, not a big surprise there. But three
No.
people going offlane right now. Are they gonna try getting a first blood maybe?
Well, actually, now the Hulk is going mid with Medusa, which
Yeah.
I haven't really seen mid Medusas at all, so I'm not sure how she fares, and I'm not sure who she's gonna face either. So it's difficult to break. But we see the Dire team going into the Radiant jungle, trying to get any kills, but they're staying behind the tier 2 tower, so they won't really be able to do anything
Yeah, we'll
unless they
see.
go aggressive.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how the Skeleton King with his support Vengeful will fare against this. Vengeful having one ward up, so he has actually already warded, but they might have been able to circumvent that ward. Now Mirana, though, circulating into the middle lane, and Medusa is probably gonna spot them with that ward. So Medusa now backing off
Yeah,
a bit, playing a bit more carefully, or is she going? Has she not spotted them?
she
Oh, she's
should have
trying to
seen him
farm
with the
now.
ward, but she's not playing as defensive as she should be.
Yeah, and we will probably get an ensnare into an arrow here. Here comes the ensnare, and here comes the arrow, and it's gonna land on the Medusa. We also see the Astral Spirit, the Spirit lands, and Medusa is going down for the first blood to the Enchantress. Nicely
Yeah,
played
that was
by Five Man Mid.
yeah, it was really strange with the ward. They weren't smoked or anything.
Yeah, I think so too. Doesn't that ward? It should see them. The
That ward should
range
have spotted.
is. Yeah, I think she definitely should have spotted them out. But hey,
Yeah,
whatever happens. And we do see
yeah,
that the Enchantress is going for the Radiant jungle right now.
that's interesting. With the Mirana going to the offlane and the Elder Titan taking up the mid, we do see the Elder Titan getting the Echo Stomp at one point in Echo Stomp, which I don't really agree with. Usually we see the maxing Astral Spirit as well as the Natural Order before getting the Stomp. But we'll
Yeah,
see if he manages to do anything with it.
it seems like it's a bit more defensive to have the Stomp in case he needs it to escape.
Yeah. Yeah, and what I'm more interested in is the dual lane coming out from the Radiant in the offlane. Bounty Hunter Lich.
Yeah, it will be interesting to
That's a,
see if they can keep up with And oh, Elder Titan actually kills Medusa in the middle lane already. I'm
Did he
sorry for
get off a
missing that
stun?
first blood. For missing that
Or
second blood.
second blood?
Yeah, second blood. Sorry about that.
He actually skilled Echo Stomp again. Did he get off an Echo Stomp there? I have no idea. I missed it as well.
I think that might have been the case. Perhaps
Yeah, but
he just got some ancestral damage, Echo Stomp into a bit of damage. We do see
yeah, but
some
that's
trading
quite
of hits here on the top lane as well.
yeah, but that's quite a bit of quite a big mistake from Medusa getting hit by an Echo Stomp.
Yeah,
Really
and
shouldn't happen.
yeah, now Medusa is going to be really far behind, and she's really item dependent.
Yeah, she needs items and she needs levels.
Yeah,
The same thing with Bounty Hunter though. So sure, Lich has the sacrifice to give extra XP, but I still prefer Bounty Hunter being played by himself in the offlane.
yeah, I agree. We
The
do
Lich not
have
really as item dependent though,
yeah, I
level
agree.
dependent.
Bounty Hunter though is leading the last hitting, with PL not far behind, but still behind.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. Uh, well, the PL only has the one support in the Naga, which makes it difficult for him to contest the Bounty Hunter with his Jinada strikes,
I
and the
agree.
Lich can just spam his Frost Blast as well.
And now we have a go on. Oh, nice disjoint with the leap on the Vengeful Spirits done by Mirana there. They were going on around the bottom, and a Hellfire Blast landed with a Hall of Terror and the missed stun, or a disjointed stun to be more exact. So nice play by Mirana there on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and just looking to the mid lane, Medusa is having so much trouble against the Astral Spirit from Elder Titan, just taking so much damage.
Yeah, definitely. He's trying to land the Echo Stomp, but he misses, and Medusa rotates into the woods. Is he going to be able to escape this? Now Enchantress rotates in with a couple of last hits, and that's going to do it. Medusa goes down again to the Enchantress this time. So a really tough start for the Medusa. She's going to have a really hard time catching up to this Elder Titan now in the middle lane.
Yeah, nice rotation from the Enchantress. Even without any neutral creeps, she managed to do enough damage. And that's pretty much what I meant about the Echo Stomp. It's really difficult to actually hit it considering the
Yes.
cast time. So that's why I prefer going for the natural order. But hey, he makes it work, so why should I
Yeah.
complain?
Force her into the woods, and Enchantress could pick off her for the kill. But I agree, it's a tough stun to land. It takes a lot of time to charge up.
And a bit of a mistake from the Enchantress here. She had the chance to take the most annoying creep in the entire game, the Harpy Stormcrafter,
Uh,
but instead she chose a troll.
we do see now that the Vengeful Spirit rotates in, puts off a Hall of Terror and a stun, but they're probably not going to be able to get her. She's running away. Is the Vengeful Spirit going to catch her? Enchantress doesn't have boost, but here comes the stun from the Medusa and an Ancestral Spirit and a haste on the Elder Titan. He's going to try to stun the Skeleton King, but no luck. But Skeleton King rotates in, he does the Hellfire Blast, and he's going to get the Enchantress down, but Elder Titan manages to pick him off also. So trade-off there, but I'd say still in favor for five-man mid. And also here
Yeah.
comes a net from Nagasiren on top, together with the Spirit Lance, and he needs one more Lance. Can he get it off, and can he kill him? Yes, the Bounty Hunter goes down on the top lane to the Phantom Lancer as well, so five-man mid out to a really good start right now.
Yeah, the Bounty Hunter actually couldn't Shadow Walk because it wasn't cooldown, so a bit of a mistake from him playing too aggressive. And a big of a mistake from the Skeleton King. He really shouldn't have run in there against all three of those heroes.
Yeah, I agree
The
with
Elder
that.
Titan also being lucky getting hold of the rune, the haste rune there.
Yeah,
And I think actually the Enchantress could have survived, but she turned around and tried to slow the Skeleton King instead of running away.
yeah, I think the better call would have been for her to just keep on running, hoping to survive.
Yeah.
And I also agree. It's a mistake. I get that Skeleton King wants a kill and wants to get things going, but on the other hand, he gives up gold to 3 people and X to 2 people. It's a tough that's a tough trade for him.
Yeah, it's not a good trade at all. Being the main carry, and especially with Medusa having so much trouble, he really should not be giving away kills.
I agree. Medusa has been left a little bit more alone now in the middle with Elder Titan trying to rotate. He perhaps wants to capitalize on the early levels. He already has his Arcane Boot, so he's now they're rotating in on top, so he's gonna try to be able to get a kill here, and we're gonna see if Bounty Hunter can escape. The Naga Siren is out there being aggressive, and they're gonna be able to catch out the Lich. There comes the ulti from the Elder Titan, but it's gonna hit no one, but the Lich goes down anyway to the Naga Siren.
Yeah, kill secure with the completely unnecessary ultimate, but still. Would have been an even secure kill, but Mirana's arrow actually hit a creep, just standing in the way, so it was unfortunate for her.
Yeah, and now they're rotating in towards the middle lane again. Perhaps they want to pick off this Medusa once more. We see that Mirana is ready on the cliff with the leap. Enchantress is coming in from the woods. Does she have? No, she only has the Satire Mind Stealer as right now. Elder Titan playing, he's using his spells aggressively, and perhaps he wants to be able to harass. And now we get a pause.
Yeah, apparently sweat.
Exactly.
Not sure
Looks
what
like Sat.
exactly what he's trying to say, but well, and Enchantress just being really annoying with the Mind Stealer, just mana burning the Medusa.
Yeah. And now we see that they go again, and actually, with only 7 seconds left on the ward, the 5-man mid team will be able to see Jack as the Vengeful Spirit here, as we see her. Can't draw in the pause. No.
Yeah, and the game has continued.
Yes. Medusa now playing a bit behind the tower. Perhaps she saw that Enchantress and decides to back off a bit. Yes, that's probably what she's doing now that Enchantress was rotating in a bit more aggressively into the middle lane. They are going out there though, and Medusa is going towards the tower again, and she's gonna be hit by the Ancestral Spirit. She pops her ultimate, and that's gonna stone the Enchantress and her creep. But here comes the arrow, it lands, and it's a one-hit arrow there from Medusa, from Mirana, draining the Medusa of almost half her health, I think.
Yeah, Medusa's not having a good time at all. Getting ganked over and over again.
I agree.
Not being allowed to farm. She doesn't even have boots. Just a horrible game for her.
Yeah. We see that the Phantom Lancer is trying to go for a Midas, but I'm not sure I think that's the right call, because it's gonna be a very late Midas for him.
Yeah, indeed. Usually the cutoff time for Midas is,
and here we
people
go
usually say around, yes. And it would be a double kill. That was actually a really nice stomp from the Elder Titan.
I agree. But Lich is going to be able to pick off the Naga Siren with his ultimate. So good ultimate there by Lich. Yeah, lucky bounces indeed.
Yeah, the Phantom Lancer did finish his Midas. However, when it comes to carry Midases, usually you want them really early. He gets his as 9 minutes. It's alright. Usually, as long as it's before 10 minutes, Midases usually work out fairly well, but you want them around 5-6 on a carry, usually.
I agree with that. Now we see the Elder Titan is going into a bit of a fight here. He's being stunned off by the Skeleton King, but Medusa is now popping her ulti, and she's not going to be able to stun anyone. Everyone is turning their backs to her, and now they're reinitiating, and Medusa goes down fairly easily with no kills going the way of Team Troll.
Yeah. Medusa's, granted, her ulti is really strong, but when she's this far behind, she has no follow-up. And the only one there other than her was the Skeleton King, and he can't do much either.
Yeah, and he backed off after he took a bit of damage from the Elder Titan and the Mirana stun.
Yeah.
So
it did not work out. She really shouldn't have gone in. The ulti was fine, giving the Skeleton King more time to run away, but she should have run away as well.
I agree with that. It was a bit dangerous for her to stick around when there were 4 people there, and she didn't really have a kill. Perhaps on Elder Titan if she had the chance, but that didn't happen. And now we have an initiation on the Bounty Hunter on the top lane. We get the Spirit Lance coming out, and we don't have a net on the Medusa. Now we have a net on the Medusa, and we do see a Spirit Lance coming out, and that's going to finish off the Bounty Hunter. So another kill going the way of Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. He almost got away thanks to the magic stick charges, popping them. at the last moment, but then the last lance just managed to pick him off.
Now we see an initiation by Mirana and Elder Titan on the bottom lane, and that's gonna be an arrow that lands on the Skeleton King, and that's an ultimate, but I don't think it's gonna hit. No, it barely hits. It doesn't hit the Skeleton King, and now Skeleton King stuns off the Elder Titan and tries to run away. Mirana's popped her ultimate. That's gonna be a down on the Skeleton King, but he has his ultimate. Elder Titan uses his stomp with Astral Spirit and catches out the Bounty Hunter. Mirana now backing off a bit, and Medusa rotating in. All of Team Troll is on the bottom lane right now, trying to get a kill, and they're chasing down the Elder Titan. But here comes the Naga Siren, popping her ultimate, stopping the chase, and 5-man mid are just rotating out. They don't want to fight. They're too low on mana and too low on health. And
we actually see a huge mistake coming from the Bounty Hunter. He actually did not skill his track at level 6.
Oh, that's...
I'm pretty sure it must have been a misclick.
I think so too. I don't think I've ever seen a Bounty Hunter who doesn't skill track. That's such a good spell.
Yeah.
Now Stun comes out on the Vengeful Spirit, and Vengeful Spirit is very low on health, and here comes the Echo Stomp in combination with that Astral Spirit, and that's going to be it for the Vengeful Spirit. That's a stomp that catches out at least 3 people. Here comes the Lich ulti though, which goes down just before he goes down, and he can't manage to get a kill this time. Very nicely spread out by the 5-man mid. Elder Titan rotating out away from the creeps and manages to stay alive. Elder Titan going low on health, and he's building a mech, so he's gonna be that a bit more tanky utility support that we're so fond of seeing.
Yeah. And they actually forced the entire Radiant team to TP out, and the Medusa has to back off or she's pretty much dead. Yeah, she doesn't back off. She does have her ult, but...
She gets caught in that, and she does. Now she's going to be able to get the Elder Titan. The Elder Titan is slowed. One more hit, and yes, that's going to be able to finish off the Elder Titan. But meanwhile, the Enchantress rotates in with her Harpy Stormcrafter and manages to get the kill on Medusa.
Yeah, the Elder Titan didn't actually turn around in time, and he was frozen by the ult, so he did die. Yeah. But the Enchantress getting the most annoying creep in the history of gaming with... Yeah. The Chain Lightning doing so much damage.
Yeah, such a good creep. And now the 5-man mid are gonna be able to pick off the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. In the meantime though, we see that 3 people from Team Troll are pushing the mid lane. Now Elder Titan rotating in, he pops his Ancestral Spear and he's gonna be able... He tried to stomp, but he got stunned out by the Shuriken Toss. But now Bounty Hunter going really low. That's one hit he survives with, and thankfully
that arrow
the tower
was
went
so
down.
Close.
Yes, an arrow misses from the Mirana as well, and now comes the stun from Skeleton King. But they're going to be chasing him down now, and Mirana does have the leap, and she has an arrow again, but she decides, no, I'm going to back off. She tries to hit. Ooh. He hits the Bounty Hunter, and Bounty Hunter has no health. He has very little
health. There's no Astral Spirit from the Elder Titan. He wasn't cooldown, so he could not actually kill the Bounty Hunter.
Yes, that would have been a kill. Lucky for Bounty Hunter that the arrow did not do more damage.
Yeah, but in general, that's not good at all for the Radiant team. The tower got denied by 5-man mid, and Medusa actually disconnects. But there is no pause. There we go. So yeah, small disconnect.
They're not going the way of Team Troll right now.
No. And the Phantom Lancer is just farming. He has farmed most of this game. He doesn't have as much as I thought he would. But with the Midas done, he should be getting there. He's level 10, which is the highest level on the map as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the 5-man mid doesn't actually need him for the fights. They win anyway. And
yeah.
That's wonderful for a carry not to be needed.
Yeah, we saw this a bit in the games yesterday as well. The carries just weren't needed in the team fights. The other 4 players were able to carry the team while he farmed, and he was so strong by the mid game that he could just roll over the other team.
Yeah, and this is just looking worse and worse for the Radiant team. They just have no way to actually kill people. Looking at the net worth, the top 4 are of the Dire, then Medusa, and then the last player of the Dire. So they're just extremely far ahead. And the bounty will go down.
Oh, I missed that. I'm Sorry, I was looking at the net graph as well.
Yeah, he
And
has.
also, when we're looking at the
He
XP and gold
denied the
graphs.
tower. He
Oh,
denied the tower, and on his way back, he ran into the entire Dire team.
oh, that's unlucky, unfortunate.
Yeah.
And we do also see on the XP graph, their 5-man mid are almost 10k gold ahead, 10k exp ahead, and almost over 10k gold ahead. And now we see that there's initiation with the Ancestral Spirit and the Stomp into the net, and Phantom Lancer finishes him off with that Spirit Lance. And they're going to be pushing this tier 2 tower. They're playing a bit passively, but Enchantress, and here comes a stun on the Enchantress and a Terror Wave as well. So Enchantress is taking a bit of damage, but she's managing to heal up pretty nicely with those wisps of her.
Yeah, we actually see it's actually a really nice combo from the Dire, the arrow into the Stomp, which
Yeah,
provides such a long lockdown.
agreed.
But at the same time, I still would have preferred Natural Order over 4 points in Stomp.
I agree. I think Natural Order is such a good spell. Now we
Yeah,
see an
and
arrow landing on the
look
Vengeful
at that
Spirit.
arrow.
And here comes
And
the
actually, Naga
initiation
Sleep.
from, there's the Stomp, but the
Oh,
Stomp doesn't do anything since it's happening under the sleep. But here comes that ultimate, it hits out 3 people, and Medusa is popping her ulti, and they're gonna be able to get down the Naga Siren, but Medusa will go down as well, and we do see an Lich ulti now. It bounces pretty nicely between the heroes, but they manage to escape those horrible bounces, and in the meantime get the Lich themselves, so
yeah,
not...
3-for-1 trade. That's not good at all. They're
Yeah.
just falling further behind, and the Dire team can push the tier 2 tower top now if they choose to.
Yeah, Mirana is rotating in, and so is the Elder Titan, and we'll see if they can pick off this tower. Also, we saw there was some mistakes from 5-man mid there with the Stomp combination under the Naga Siren ulti, but then again we saw the perfect execution on Elder Titan's ulti, which when he can set it up and she times it, it should hit at least 3 people, which it does.
Yeah, actually, an extremely strong ultimate, really well placed from the Elder Titan. However, that is the danger. Sorry, and that's the danger with picking Naga. You have to be able to time that all together with the team. You need really good communication.
I agree.
Now, the PL just continues farming in the jungle. He has no problem with doing that. He's pretty much done with his Diffusal Blade. A bit late, honestly, but he was up against a pretty difficult lane with the Lich Bounty. So I'm not gonna. It's not that bad. And with the lead now, I would prefer to see the Dire trying to take Roche, because the Radiant should not be able to contest that at this point.
I agree. And now we see that the Team Troll has rotated 4 people to the top lane. Perhaps they want to get a tower or get some kind of pick off. We'll see if they can actually manage. We have the Bounty Hunter rotating in the jungle, scouting out, but he's going to get scattered out as well with his Shadow Walk running out of time.
Yeah, but he's just running around trying to see who is actually there to defend. They're trying to push and Mirana TPing, which makes it 4 people there. The PL can TP in as well.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that the Radiant should push this, because
Here comes the
will not be
Mirana
able
initiation. It's gonna be spotted out by the Bounty Hunter, but they're not backing off. Medusa is just farming, and here comes the initiation. It's a Spirit Lance after a net, and the Ancestral Spirit, and here comes the ultimate that's gonna hit out both Medusa and Skeleton King. A Lich goes down as well, and now that's it for Skeleton King. That's a huge 3-4-0 fight. They pop some ultis and they get the kills. That's a really nice initiation with the Mirana ulti, I'd say.
Yeah, really nice initiation. And Medusa didn't even have mana for her ultimate, so she could not pop it, which makes it pretty much impossible for the Radiant team to win a team fight. They need that Medusa ult.
I agree. We see that the Vengeful Spirit are tossing out Terror Waves, trying to fight this horde of 5-man mid, but it's gonna do nothing basically, and they're gonna get the tier 2 tower easily.
Yeah, the Dire right now, they should just try to rotate, pick off all the tier 2 towers, maybe taking a Roche, because the Radiant just they're not able to defend it at this point. Looking at the net worth, the top 5 are all from the Dire team.
Yeah. And what we're gonna see is that PL is just gonna get even stronger. He's not even in his prime really. He has a diffusal blade, and I think he's trying to go for the Manta style.
Yeah.
But that's just the point. He's just gonna get more HP. He's gonna get more speed. He's just gonna really run over these other players.
Yeah, it's like we said before. They don't actually need the PL to win the fights, so he can just farm and farm and farm. He could even push the tier 2 bot now if he wanted to.
Yeah. And we see that Team Troll are more and more trying to play together, trying to rotate as a 5-man team now. But now they're splitting up a bit though, but I think what they need is 5-man track kills basically, to be able to get some momentum to get back into the fights.
Yeah, that is pretty much the only way for them to come back now, is winning a team fight with a lot of tracks. And the Bounty Hunter just avoids the dust, so he's safe.
Yeah, it was a pretty good dust. It's a bit late, but still a good move. They saw that he was there. Mirana was tracked up by him, and then he went invis again. So
yeah, it was a good dust, just a little off. And now the arrow actually hits, and the bounty will go down.
Tough
That's
there
unfortunate.
for him. Yeah, unfortunate for him.
A good arrow from Mirana predicting he would actually run up towards the secret shop. And it hits, and the tower will go down because there's no way that the Radiant can defend it.
Yeah. We do see a second diffusal blade coming out from 5-man mid on the Naga Siren, so that's an interesting build, I'd say.
Yeah, personally I prefer the EGM builds going for the halberd, and the Naga actually gets picked off. She just runs right in.
We do see a great
huge
ultimate
oh my
with
god,
the Astral
that's a great
Stomp,
ultimate.
but we do see that the PL is stuck in the Medusa ulti. The arrow misses from the Mirana, and that's a stun from the Skeleton King, but he gets healed up with the mechanism, and here comes, no, it wasn't ulti, it was a sacrifice from the Lich, so. And we do have Enchantress there, we do have 4 people there from the 5-man mid, and we see a pick off on the Skeleton King with that Spirit Lance. Bounty Hunter going very low on health, and Phantom Lancer with only half health still rotating in. Meanwhile, the Elder Titan and Mirana pick off both Lich and Bounty Hunter.
Stomp.
And that's another great stomp, I agree. And there we go, the Impetus will be it for the Medusa. And this is looking really dark for Team Troll.
Yeah, the worst thing for Team Troll about that fight is that there were a lot of mistakes coming from the Dire team. They had a lot of mistakes in that fight, and they still won it really convincingly, only losing 1 while taking 4. And they're just gonna push into the base now.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a misstep by the Naga Siren. I didn't really see why she was staying there, but she got picked off, so that was a nice pick off by Team Troll, but they should have just backed off after that. Been happy and backed off.
Yeah, indeed. I think it was miscommunication because we saw the Elder Titan coming in right after she died, so she was just a little bit ahead of the others. And they are rotating now. They should be taking the Roche, in my opinion. We'll see if they actually go for it.
Elder Titan bottles of regeneration, and yes, they're going into the Roshan pit. And we don't have any wards up from the Team Troll. I think they might be suspecting it. Bounty Hunter is now rotating in, and they're going to be able to spot out the Bounty Hunter since he's not in the Shadow Walk. He's going in now. He Shadow Walks, but he gets dusted, and that's an Astral Spirit. That's a net, and Bounty Hunter has no chance. I think that was
a big mistake from the Bounty Hunter.
I agree.
It really should predict the ward being there and going to Shadow Walk much earlier.
I agree.
So Roche will be pretty much free right now.
Yeah, Team Troll is not even
the PL
trying
should
to
not be tanking it. But yeah, that's a pretty much free Roshan. And after that they can rotate to the bot lane, taking out the tier 2 tower there, and then just push into the base when they feel like it. They're extremely far ahead, and I just don't really see anything that the Radiant can do at this point.
I agree. If we look at the XP graph, it's almost 20k, and you see that the difference is over 20k on gold. So
yeah, and that's against the Bounty Hunter as well. That's just looking horrible for the Radiant team.
Yeah. The PL is ahead way too far, I'd say, for the Radiant team to be able to pick up. We know that the Medusa she's a really great carry in the late game, but she hasn't really got the farm.
She has no farm.
She has a Ring of Aquila, Poor Man Shield, and Power Treads. That's about it.
Yeah, indeed. And she's actually even below the Naga. The Enchantress now finishing an Aghanim Scepter as well. This is just horrible for the Radiant team.
We see
And
the Medusa with the haste rotating in a bit, but she's going to be able to be caught out by the net, and we do see her popping her ulti, trying to escape, and there comes the Spirit Lance, and that's a stun, but the net rolls out, and she still has the haste, so she rotates out. Medusa now hitting Bounty Hunter from her ulti, and Bounty Hunter is going to be dusted and killed. So nice reactions there from the 5-man mid team, even though there were probably a bit of confusion why the arrow didn't go further. But and here we go, the Vengeful Spirit is going to be caught out as well. That Spirit Lance, and she's just slowed to death.
yeah, big mistake from Medusa. I have no idea where she was that far out. She should have known that the team was there. Even they don't have any wards, but it was pretty predictable. But as well, they could have actually got the Medusa down, but after the stomp, the PL illusion actually hit Medusa.
Yeah.
And she got out of the sleep and managed to get away.
Oh, that's a bit of luck. And we see that the Medusa goes down easily with the net and the arrow. It's just such a tough combo. And there comes the Elder Titan ulti, and it hits the Skeleton King, and Skeleton King, there comes the last impetus, and it kills him. But he has the ulti up. Medusa now back again, but very low on health, and Vengeful Spirit though being stunned by the arrow, and she's going down.
Yeah, I think they even could have gotten the Medusa down there, but it doesn't really matter at this point. 3 down for the Radiant, everyone up for the Dire, and the Rax is going to fall.
Yeah.
And I would expect a GG coming out fairly soon.
Yeah, I agree as well. This is basically Stomp Town from here on out. Magic Snake coming out, Skeleton King stunning the Elder Titan, getting netted, and he's going down in a matter of seconds. The ultimate pop from the Medusa, and she's chasing out a bit. Manages to stun the Phantom Lancer, and there comes Lich ulti, but it does no damage when they're stoned by the Medusa ulti. It bounces a bit, but it doesn't really do any damage. A dust coming out from the and oh, here we go. There's the Naga Siren ulti. Elder Titan a bit low on health, and he does the stomp, and that's a nice combo. That's a really great combo. They time it perfectly, and they get both Bounty and Vengeful Spirit. And here goes Medusa again, very low on health, very low on mana, and there comes the impetus from the long range, and she's down.
Yeah, another big problem with the Radiant lineup that I just remembered is that spells do not do damage while Medusa ult is on.
Yeah.
So the Chain Frost made several bounces without dealing any damage.
Yeah, and now they're 30k gold ahead, and over 25k experience ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
They keep trying to engage, but with the mech and arcane boots from several, the Dire team just makes it impossible to. They don't even need to back off. They can just keep going.
There comes the stomp. It's a 2-man stomp. The arrow goes out, but it misses. And here comes the Spirit Lance. It was a net. Skeleton King going down, and we're gonna see the ultimate from the Elder Titan hit both Medusa and the Skeleton King. Phantom Lancer taking a bit of fountain damage, but it doesn't really do much. Mirana being almost nuked down there with only 200 HP left, but they're not going to be able to find anyone. Now tracked up illusion from the Phantom Lancer, and they got the illusion, but that gives nothing.
Yeah. It just there is just nowhere to come back anymore. Even if they were to win a team fight, it's not enough. They would need to win a bunch of team fights while getting a lot of track kills, and that's pretty much impossible at this point.
Yeah. Elder Titan now very low on health and on mana, but he does have his Aegis, so we'll see if that actually comes into play. And a Purge, Vengeful Spirit, she goes down. Phantom Lancer now being caught out by that pesky stone from... can't really do anything. They don't have the damage to kill him. Bounty Hunter being invis killed almost, and runs away with only 30 health. While they regen up that Phantom Lancer, he does have the heart now, so he's pretty much invincible from here on out.
Yeah, exactly. With the heart, against a lineup that is this underfarmed, they just can't get him down, no matter how they try.
And now Naga Siren picks off the Bounty Hunter, and we do see that the Skeleton King engages on the Elder Titan trying to get him, but they can't. And the Aegis is going to be reclaimed in about 25 seconds, and that's going to mean that Elder Titan is going to be up on both full health and mana with the new change to the Aegis.
Indeed. So
And
the
Elder
the
Titan
two
has
Raxes
actually
are
had
down.
he's had his drums of endurance in that stash for like 10 minutes now.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't actually need to go back because the
Yeah,
Yakinas keep getting regening up all their health.
yeah, and the five-man mid are just picking off people now. And here we see the regen from the Elder Titan. That's an ultimate out on the Elder Titan. He doesn't even care. He knows he's getting the full mana and health. And you see that they
Yeah,
pick off the Vengeful Spirit, they pick off the Bounty Hunter. They're basically just doing whatever the hell they want right now.
yeah. They can fountain dive and everything, and now the throne is going down.
Yeah. And there comes the GGs.
Yeah, really well played from the Dire team. It really takes some skill and some good drafting to be able to do what they did, which is this whole winning team fights 4 against 5, while your carry just keeps farming.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's tough when you're in that position, and we saw that TT were really. They were the ones who had the pressure. They were the ones who we saw had to make things happen, but they just really couldn't make things happen, unfortunately.
No, and they didn't get any farm either. So
Yeah,
just nothing really worked out for them.
I agree. I agree. So that's our first game for the night. We will be back at 1900 GMT for another game, and that time it will be. Let me check. I'm not entirely sure right now. I have to look. We will be casting. I know it's Team Troll again, or it's 5-man mid. I'm not sure. We're casting one of these teams again at 1900 GMT. Yes, we will be casting 5-man mid versus Team Amazing at 1900 GMT. So join us then, and we'll see you guys then. So have a good
Bye.
one. Goodbye.